We're going to jump right into it. Today, I want to talk about one of my favorite topics of all time, and that is success. Why are some people able to succeed, and why do other people fail miserably no matter how many times they start? What I found from studying the greats is there's a few key points that all people of success have figured out, right? And it's not necessarily this magic formula where it's you do this, and this, and this, and boom, now you're instantly successful. But it's more of a you take care of this and this. You really do have to take time to figure out your mindset and to figure out your heart before you will ever be successful. And before we go any further, let's stop and let's define what does success even mean, because that is something that if you talk to 100 different people and ask them, hey, what's it mean to be successful? You're going to get 100 different answers. If I talk to the businessman about what it means to be successful, he might say, hey, being successful is scaling the business to the next level, getting it to become a massive conglomerate that takes over the world. If you talk to the yoga instructor, successful might be being able to love the people in your community. If you talk to a 13-year-old child, being successful might mean beating the next level of the video game. So let's get a definition of success before we go any further. If you ask me, this is my personal opinion, but it's an opinion shared by a lot of high-performing individuals, is that success is figuring out how to achieve your goal. It is figuring out how to break your dream down into manageable steps and then being able to attack those steps one bit at a time and make progress on your journey. So success is not necessarily the end result. I think you need to hear that. Success is not necessarily the end result. Success is the ability to pursue the dream that you want for yourself. And that dream that you want is a dream that will satisfy and fulfill you. That dream isn't for anybody else. So before we move forward, get that into your mind. Your success is yours. It's not mine. It's not your mom's. It's not your girlfriend's. It's not your boyfriend's. It's not anybody else's, but yours. It's your definition. It's your dream. It's the thing that lights you up on the inside. You need to figure out what that is for you. And then once you figure that out, you need to figure out how can I chop that up in a way that I can now go after it, I can attack it. And each day on the day-to-day, when I'm in that journey, I can give it my all. I can progress, okay? So we're going to leave that alone for now. We'll agree that that's our definition of success. So we have a foundation for the rest of this conversation, all right? So now, when people do eventually get to this point, and remember, a lot of people don't. So before, when we asked why do 96% of people fail, it's because they haven't even discovered the definition of success. Now, when people have discovered this definition of success, what else happens? Well, we find that humans need a couple of things, right? No matter who you are, there's about, I believe it's 6. I actually wrote it down, so I'm going to take a look over at the paper. There's 6 key attributes that all people need. First is we need a feeling of certainty and security. So all humans need to feel this level of certainty and security. And sometimes we don't get it. We strive for it, we search for it, and you'll see this. Why do people have 9-to-5 jobs that they don't necessarily love? It's because it gives them a level of certainty. They know that no matter what they do, a paycheck is coming at the end of every week, at the end of every 2 weeks, So we thrive off of that. We need certainty. Humans also need uncertainty, and this is where it starts to get a little bit more complex. Like I was saying, humans are complex. Humans are very complex. So we need certainty, but then we also need uncertainty. We need variety. We need things to be different than they were yesterday. We need novelty. We need there to be some adventure and exploration within our life. Within that, we also need significance. Okay, this is big. Humans need significance. We need to feel important. We need to feel like we are contributing in a meaningful way. We need to feel that if we weren't around, somebody or something would miss us. That's huge. We need love. Humans need it. We crave it. Look what happens if a child doesn't get held. How many psychological issues that person goes through growing up because they weren't loved on, they weren't held, they weren't told that they were special, they weren't kissed and tucked in at night. We need that. We joke about it. People will say, oh, she has daddy issues, but it's a real thing. A lot of us, a lot of people out here, we have daddy issues because we will never receive that love. It's a part of what it means to be human. We need that. The same way you need oxygen, the same way you need food, you also need love. We need growth. Humans need growth. We need to constantly be in this place where we're getting a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. That's why we love sports so much. That's why when people get addicted to going to the gym, that's what they're falling in love with. Don't you see that yet? They're falling in love with, oh, I'm getting a little bit better. It's not necessarily like, oh, look at me, I'm jacked, I'm the biggest guy out here, or I'm the girl with the nicest butt. Those things are nice, but really what makes them go through the suffering of the workout? It's that feeling at the end of the day of knowing like, I laid it on, I gave it my all, I'm a little bit better. Yesterday, that workout would have been impossible for me. Today, I made progress. I did a little bit more than I could the day before. And then finally, people need to contribute. They need to give back. There's this innate need in us to give to our community, to want to be a provider. Men and women, we have this need to want to provide. And here's the thing. A lot of people think all these 6 things need to be in balance, but that's just not the case. We're different. Every human on this earth is different. We want each of these 6 things in different ratios. You might want more love than you want to contribute. Another person might want to be more significant than they care about being loved. Some people want nothing but certainty. I won't do it unless I know exactly what the outcome will be. I don't want to go on a trip unless you show me the itinerary and I know where I'm going to be from minute to minute, day to day, second to second. So we need to first uncover what we need for ourselves. Am I a person that needs more certainty than uncertainty? Is that why I'm feeling unfulfilled? Because there's too much uncertainty in my life. Am I the opposite? Am I the person that needs adventure? I need exploration. I need to get up and go. Or is everything too, I hate this. I'm living in a schedule. I hate this schedule. Am I not receiving enough love? Am I not contributing enough? Do I have all the money in the world? Because there are people out there like this. You got to understand, it's a very real thing. There are so many guys out there who've learned you need to make money. You need to be a provider. You need to be a man and take care of your family. So they go out there and they earn and they work hard. And they're good guys, but they're just earning. And they're never getting a chance to contribute, to give back. They're just out there producing and they get lost in it all. They forget what they're producing for. And it might seem like simple for us, but some people forget this. So if this is common sense to you, I'm happy. That means you're on the right path. That means you're investing in yourself. So now when we bring it back to why aren't people succeeding, why are 96% of people failing? It's because they're not taking the time to invest in themselves. You need to become a master of things. You can't dabble anymore. Tony Robbins talks about this a lot. And I spent a lot of time studying Tony Robbins, studying Dean Graziosi, studying Jim Rohn. These guys, they really talk about you need to become a master. You can't dabble. You can't afford to dabble anymore. You need to become a master at how you're spending your time. Are you spending your time watching Netflix? Are you scrolling through Instagram? Are you scrolling on Facebook for hours on end? Where are you spending your time? Are you investing it in yourself? Because that's what you need to be working on. You need to be investing in yourself. The most important asset you can invest in yourself is first your time, right? What are you doing with those extra 45 minutes you have? What are you doing after work? What are you doing when you wake up early? Are you just laying in bed for 45 minutes until it's time to put your feet on the ground? What are you doing with your time? Next, you need to become a master of your business. If you want to be truly successful and truly fulfilled, you need to master your career, master your business. You can't just dabble in it. You need to be progressing. You need to be the go-to authority for what it is you do, because that is going to give you that sense of fulfillment, that sense of pride, that sense of, you know what, I got this. This is my area. This is where I shine. This is my domain. You need to take care of that for yourself in order to be successful, in order to be the person that people are going to come to and want to work with and want to spend money with and want to collaborate with, all right? Then money. You need to become a master of money. You cannot dabble in money. You cannot know where you can't lack the knowledge of knowing where your money's going. That's not going to bring you ultimate happiness, because then you're going to be in this place where you're living week to week, paycheck to paycheck. It won't even matter how much you earn. And that's the thing. Don't get into the mindset of thinking if I earn more, the problem will go away. That's not the case. There's a lot of people out there that earn a lot of money. There are people out there that earn six figures and they're still living paycheck to paycheck because they haven't mastered money yet. They need to figure out how to control the money, or else the money controls them. You need to master your relationships, all right? Because having an intimate relationship, having a passionate relationship, that changes your energy, that changes your state, that takes care of your heart, and you need to become a master of it because it is worthwhile. Everything is worthless if you are by yourself in this journey. You need people. You need someone. Humans, it's what we need. So you need to figure out, how can I spend time with the people that matter to me? How can I truly connect with them on a deeper level and make those relationships more valuable, make them deeper, connect tighter? You know, those are some of the things that you have to become a master in. And it takes time. But before it takes time, it takes something else. It takes a decision. I'm going to say that one more time. It takes a decision. You have to decide. And a true decision, as Tony Robbins will tell you, you can't make a true decision without taking action to lock it in, to secure it. You never leave the place of making a decision without immediately taking an action that commits you to that decision. So what I need you to do is I need you to decide who you want to be going forward. Do you want to be a part of the 4% that succeeds? Or are you looking to be average? Because that's what the 96% of people that fail, that's what they are. They are average. Do you want to continue to be average? Or do you know that you are special, that you are more than average, that you are above average, you are extraordinary? You need to make that decision, and then you need to lock it in with an action. Don't leave this place of decision without locking it in with action. One action that you can all take right now. I'll tell you exactly what you can do right now. What I want you to do is you're going to take out a sheet of paper just like this. You're going to grab a sheet of paper, get a pen, and I want you to write down on that paper, I am going to be, and you are going to put out what you're going to be. I'm going to be extraordinary. I'm going to be special. I am going to be a part of the 4%. Make a decision, and from this point on, you don't second guess that decision. You keep going further, all right? And making this decision, I'm not going to tell you that if you make this decision, you're going to be an instant millionaire. I'd be lying to you. I would love to be able to say to you, hey, once you make your mind up, boom, instant millionaire happens. That's not the case. When you make this decision, you are now committing to the success path. And remember what success is. Success is figuring out your destination and breaking it down into steps that you can attack each day, giving it your all. That's what you're committing to by saying, I will be a part of that 4%. That I'm going to walk this path until I get to my destination. And while I walk this path, I'm going to be fully there. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to do whatever it takes. If you cannot commit to that, turn this video off. Go ahead and go back to Netflix and continue on with your average life. I don't want you to follow and listen to me and not make decisions and not make actions and take actions, because then you're going to be the person that says, his stuff doesn't work. That stuff doesn't work. It's all mumbo jumbo. Don't listen to a word I have to say. But if you've made it this far in the video, I know that you're someone different, that you're something different, that you are going to take action. So I need you right now. I seriously, I need you to take that paper out and write it down and then plaster it somewhere where you are going to see this every day. I want it in the forefront of your mind. I want you to be reminded of this every single day. I do not want you to forget. I want it to be so blatantly clear. I want you to think, okay, what am I doing today? And to see this, it's on somewhere you could put it on your door. So every time you go to leave your room, it's right there on your door. Put it on your front door. Every time you go to leave your house, you remind yourself who you're going to be that day. When you step back in the house, you're reminded again, and you get to check in. Hey, was I that person today? Was I a part of the 4% today? All right.